Hi all. So just to keep you updated, I have just had my fitting done. So I have been given these little lenses, which is just in liquid here. So I went to Park Lane. So we just did a little bit of a little eye test. Just to make sure that my eyes were still okay. Sarah, my optician, she was a little bit worried about a slight blood vessel that I have in this eye. But she's just going to keep an eye on it, and for now everything seems fine, so there's nothing to worry about. You may notice since my last video that my makeup is sort of slightly smudged, but I've tried to clean it up as much as possible. It was an emotional visit, so there was a lot of crying involved. So it's just sort of getting used to the lenses. So I'm very much used to having contacts in. So I've used dailies quite often, but I've never used a harder lens. So it's just a little bit of a learning curve for me in terms of just trying to figure out, you know, what the best way to put them in is and how they feel. Now, the first time I tried it, Sarah very kindly put them in for me, and I won't lie, they were quite different, and you know, they were very irritable on my eyes. However, over time, you know, it just took a few minutes to get used to it. And once they were in for a little while, I sort of looked down quite a lot, and my eyes adapted to them. So by a couple of minutes later, they were fine. And, you know, still a little bit uncomfortable, and I could still feel them, but I could see, and my eyes weren't absolutely streaming, and they were bearable. I think that's probably the best word for it. So after that, I then went to another member of their staff who actually showed me how to put them in and out myself. Now I've been given this little box here. Now this contains the liquid that you put into your contacts. So here you go. I have a little case. Currently the lens is on in this case. You've probably seen these before. So all you do with these, you just you've got a little a right and a left. So you just pop the liquid in here. This is where you keep your lenses. This is liquid that I've been given. This is only sample size, so I will be given a much bigger one. But I do have quite a few little testing appointments to go. They do like to sort of keep on top of it. So they did say in terms of taking them out, you can literally hold your eye like this and blink them out. I tried to do it and failed. So I was actually given this little tool here. I'll just open it for you so you can see. So it is this thing here. So now it's a little suction at the top. So all you do is you just open your eye a little bit, you pop the suction in, and then it sort of attaches onto the lens, and then you just pull it straight out. To be honest, it's actually incredibly easy, and I actually prefer taking these sorts of lenses out than I do contacts. It's a million times easier than just your dailies, which I'm very much used to. Putting them in, again, because I'm used to having contacts in, it's not an issue for me. I did it first time and it was perfect. So very proud of myself. So all you do is a little bit different to the dailies, because you're wanting to not put air bubbles into your eyes. So you look down and then you do it sort of from below. So what I'm going to do tonight, which hopefully I'll show you in another little video, is I'm just going to do it on my dressing table. I'm going to put a little compact mirror on the table itself so I can look down. And that'll make it much easier. To be honest, the only thing that I'm worried about at this stage is just the feel of it when it first goes in. It is very uncomfortable. It does make your eyes water a little bit. So I did have a little chat with them, because I don't know about the rest of you, but when I go to bed, I tend to lie on my phone, playing on my phone, catching up on Instagram, whatever it is, or I'm sat with my iPad and I'm watching whatever series is on Netflix. So I do tend to have a bit of screen time before I fall asleep. I don't just go to bed and fall straight to sleep. Apparently you can watch TV and you can have them in for a little while before you go to bed, but I've been advised it's probably best not to do so at first and just wait until your eyes get used to it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the fitting overall. It seems to be going quite well. I'm not scared about putting them in or taking them out. It all seems very easy. It's just going to take a little bit of getting used to in terms of the actual feel of them once they're in. To be honest though, as soon as you close your eyes, you can't feel it and it's fine. So when it has been really irritating me, I've just been closing my eyes and it takes the irritant away. Apart from that, the only other thing that's worrying me slightly is actually having to keep them in tomorrow morning. So I'm actually back at the opticians first thing tomorrow. So as soon as I wake up, I actually have to keep them in and go to the opticians whilst they're still in, so that Sarah can obviously take a look at my eyes with the lenses still in there. Hopefully it won't feel too bad if I've had them in all night, but again, that's my only slight worry, just will I be able to drive without blinking constantly and crying the whole way there? The girls, I've said, it'll be a little bit uncomfortable, but it won't be too bad. So we'll just have to see where we get on. But as usual, I will keep you all updated. So yeah, that's it for now. So far, so good.